Okay, another video here. We got some Italian league. It's Modena versus Perugia, two pretty big time names in the Italian league. And it is going to be this is the Libero that played with Zawirsier last year with Aaron Russell. He's a very good Libero. I'm excited to watch him. Uh, Not sure who this setter is, but he's probably pretty saucy. Got Davy Skiba on the outside. I forget where he's from, but he's a beast. He's young too. He's a beast. Not sure where Poro's from. I assume he's Italian. Maybe he's Poro's brother. Not sure. And then Buchegar, he's the right side. He's a beast, lanky, great arm swing as far as I remember. We'll see. I haven't watched these guys in a while. But then Perugia, classic. We got Bentara on the right side. The Tunisian right side, he's a monster. And then we got Ishikawa, the Japanese outside, one of the best in the world. And then we got Semeniuk, who over the summer looked really, really good. Like, looked like one of the best outsides in the world, in my opinion. So, should be a good battle. And yeah, let's get into it. Kind of just highlighted some stuff on accident there. But let's get into it. And then Lucer in the middle as well. He's a great middle. I love watching him. And then you already know Gianelli's running the offense. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Davi Skiba is super creative, super physical. Wow, that thing rode on the net, huh? Holy crap. And look at this real quick. Look at Bentara, bro. He's out there and he's got the whole thing, his whole arm span available to him to grab this ball and do whatever. So, yeah, Davi Skiba might have a hard time against Bentara. That'll be interesting. And what a great adjustment by Ishikawa. He tracks it, puts it up, still puts it on top of Gianelli's head, adjusts to the inside ball, takes a good rip into that seam there. Nice. And you see, I just want to show you something real quick. I know this is the first point, but let's just see this real quick because I'm thinking about middles. You see this guy loading. You see him loading, and then he gets down like he's going to jump. And then as he's moving, he has to go up. He has to go up and down. Like if you tracked where his hips and shoulders are, they would both be going up and down, up and down, up and down, like just hopping like that. And you're not going to be fast laterally if you're bouncing up and down vertically. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now let's see. Who is this guy? Who is this setter? TZ Ozlau. No idea. No idea. I'll look into it and we'll figure it out for next time. Ball dies a little bit inside. Davi Skiba tries to go low and sharp on him. Doesn't get that to work. Ooh, good communication. Ishikawa lets that puppy go out of bounds. Let's see. And last year I think they did. Modena had DeCecco. Sorry, I can't really pronounce anything. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. That's Buchegar. Yeah, and so I'm intrigued to see what happens with this setter because I've never seen him before. I really don't know. I don't know who he is. Davi Skiba back there chops it a little bit short on Semeniuk. And you see how wide Semeniuk is here in serve receive. Okay? For him, that might work. But I'll show you why it works for him. Look at the hip mobility. Okay? He has hip mobility to where he can do that and be low and still be like mobile, not be stuck there. Like if I started doing that, I mean, I say I have pretty decently mobile hips, but if I did that, I think I'd kind of be stuck there. Like I wouldn't be athletic from that position. And this is a nice swing. Just chops it right underneath his hands. You got to be really accurate if you're going to play against a big block like Bentara. A big athletic block like that. You got to be just accurate, smart, quick with everything that you do. Because he's probably going to touch just about everything that you put up there. Let's see. Puts it real tight. Gets a nice recycle. And he doesn't even need to jump, okay? Buchegar TZ. I'm just going to call him TZ, okay? puts it real tight, just hops, puts it right into that block, gives himself time, puts it back up, and now it's going to the right side to Buchegar, to the big guy, letting him reach, maxing out on his reach, swinging as high as he can, going off the middle's hands there. Davi Skiba, it's a nice serve, but it's a nice run. Gosh, that's so smooth. And I love this too because Gianelli just puts it in front of him, and then Semeniuk can see that, and as he's jumping, this is just his last little, similarly with setting the last little touch that you can do to say where the ball should go with the set is just finishing, but then with the jump, your last little touch with your legs and stuff like that, your last few split seconds of your jump can kind of just propel you towards wherever the ball is, and keeping it in front of him, it just allows him to go up and get that ball and jump towards it instead of just I'm wherever, I'm trying to adjust and that ball's behind me. Giving him the opportunity to go to the ball. Really nice run right over top of that. That middle honestly could have probably picked that off. Maybe he could be a little bit more spaced to him, but TZ running a really nice route there. A little bit of a misconnection here in the middle. It's a little low, but he just tips it. Tip's not always the worst thing in the world. It can work. It can work. A lot of the time, it's probably just going to put pressure on a team, but and this right here, I think, is a great example of being very vertical on the pipe and making sure that you're reaching really high, because he has so much range here on that, because he's at his peak. He's reaching. He's straight up with his body. He's not scrunching like this. He's vertical and he has choices. He has options here. So that's really nice. Little middle route gets blocked. I do feel like this middle kind of pinned himself a little bit. Got a little too close to the net. The ball's a little bit behind him, and he's kind of trying to just hit it instead of having control over where it's going and whatever. Did that hit Bentara's leg? That hit Bentara's leg. Yes, it did. Oh, Bentara, how did you not dodge that? You silly, silly athletic man, you. In the middle. Come on. It's a free ball on your head, buddy boy. Middle's got to take care of that, but now we're running into a little scramble, and this guy just rips it off the hands. And look at the patience on his approach. He's patient, and then just goes up and gets that ball. Really nice. Really nice set, honestly. Just being able to max out his athletic potential there. And as a good setter, that's what you want to do, is you want to figure out how athletic are your hitters. Every single person, your pins, your middles, everybody, how athletic can you make them look? Can you get them at their peak? And I don't know, I guess one thing you can kind of look at is someone's serve, how athletic do they look when they serve? Because that's themselves allowing themselves to be very athletic. I've recommended recently for a buddy of mine to watch Lucer for middle moves. I think he's very clean middle. And that's a good move. This guy just, there's a little bit of space, with a decently fast offense. There might be a little bit of space there. Maybe he could have just covered a little bit more space with this step there and, allowed himself to be a little late. If he's closed and he's this high, he would have gotten that block probably, or at least a good touch. But, so just, my point there is just try to close as much as you can without being extremely late. You can be a little bit late as a middle blocker. You just can't be extremely late, Let's see that block. Yeah, and he's leaving a lot of space consistently now. So I guess they're maybe just trying to bait him into that little trap of the scene because I mean, I guess like I don't know, I mean, it is kind of a risk. It's kind of a risk to go after the scene there. I think it hit him. He gets blocked. Oh, never mind. Just goes for the recycle and it just chips over. And that's why I say miss high if you're trying to recycle because it can hit the fingers, go over, and it still could possibly score. And even if that guy gets that up with a pancake, that's still a ton of pressure. Like they're at best in a pretty out of like a semi-in system offense there, and you take that all day. Mm-hmm. I like how Ishikawa makes kind of a swing block move here, and then maybe he can just press a little bit better there. That's all. Let's see. Ooh, big old serve here from TZ. I like this kid. You know, oh, my phone's not next to me. Never mind. I was gonna look up who he is. I'll look up who he is later. Look it up on Volleybox. I don't know. Ooh. I think Buchegar touched this, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they call. Hey, they called it no touch. Big serve again. Going back. And I think, Bentara moves himself in just a step here, but Ginelli's taking this right at the pin. So, chances are if he rips this back, it's going to miss pretty far inside. So let's see how far this misses inside. This is very inside. And then you see he's jumping to his left. Bentara's jumping to his left. And because he's jumping to his left, his peak is so much lower. He's contacting the ball so much lower than usual. He's also going like this, so his range is completely all out of sorts. Like leaning like this, you're not going to have range. You're just going to do whatever the ball tells you. And he gets blocked there, So what I would say is overdo it. Overdo it and bring yourself too far inside. And then make the adjustment to your right, But I don't know. I mean, it just depends on who you got at the helm running the offense. Oh, that's such a beautiful, beautiful tip there. And you see, it's not a grab and then put here and then tip. It's a track the ball, wait for it to touch you, and then tip it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like a wait for the ball to get past, bang. One more time. Ooh, yeah. And it also if you just get close to the ball and then just don't touch it, it makes it look like you're going to touch it. And so look at this guy. He goes like that because he thinks he's going to touch it, but then it just moves. It just moves right there. Bang. Love that tip. And refs need to make sure of this. Make sure that they don't get caught calling this a carry because he's literally not even touching it. I got called for that in Denmark the one time. Honestly, maybe multiple times. I didn't even touch it until it was here. It's not a carry. I'm just waiting. I'm just tracking the ball. I'm just, getting close to the ball and, teasing it a little bit. That's all it is. And refs need to make sure that they are on that because I'm going to be annoyed if I get called on a carry for that. Good swing. Really nice swing. Just staying high, ripping it over top. It's deep into that court there. And he's able to just swing really hard with it too. He's not taking any off of it, Really nice. Let's see. Good ball. Really good ball there. This is the ball. This is the ball right there. That ball might be going and landing right here on the pin. Gosh, my legs are sticking to this chair again. And gosh, yeah, that's beautiful. Just leaving it a little bit inside, allowing Ishikawa to just take a little bit of an approach inside, jump, take a real rip. And he's also airing it out. This is going pretty high, giving him time to go get that ball high, take a rip. And then it's tight, and then he just goes OT tip over top of Ishikawa because he's got a standing block. And if you know someone's going to have a standing block and you got even somewhat of an approach and you're taller or you're more athletic, whatever it is, Why not do that? Get OT on him. Reach high, just tip over top of him. Do that. Oof, I like that chop, though. I like that chop. One thing I will say is if he could bring that left foot around more and try and open up, he would at least have the option to, like, full swing cross as well. Like, every single time, if possible, give yourself at least the option to take a real swing to the deep corner, you know? I think that's going to give you the most range, give you the most options available. I think that's the best way to do it. But that's me. Someone might have another mindset to that type of deal there. Now this I could see possibly getting called a carry, but I like it. I'm a big fan of this because that's physical, that's cool looking, that's fun to watch. I think that's bad A. Really nice. And even he gets this at his peak, okay? No matter what you're doing, get it at your peak, man. Also, speaking of peak, it's a cool brand, so check out their stuff, man. Peak is cool. Get it at your dang peak. Let's see what he runs here. Bang. And Lucer getting himself back over there. Bang. I just want to see this real quick. Like, he jumps over, drifts to close. Bang. And he almost he gets on the inside shoulder of Bentara there. He's so tight. He might have gotten net. Couldn't tell. But, bang. And you see this one. This is the difference between this ball and the one that Davi Skiba attacked. Davi Skiba got subbed out? When did he get subbed out? Whatever. I don't care. But you see how Ishikawa is, like, reaching here, and he's contacting the ball with his body forward, and he's going like this. This turns into either a block or a soft touch. Instead of, okay, I'm up there. I'm up there and I got options, you know. And also, he doesn't have as much range here. You know, he's just, the ball is on his right side, so he has to swing to his right side. You know, so you just want to, I don't know, you want to find that connection. When you're building that big connection, you want to find that connection to get that guy at his peak as well. And keep him vertical. Don't make him scrunch and do this and that, you know. And like with a faster tempo, it's harder. Oh, this is so much better, bro. So last year when I was watching Semeniuk, I would notice, wow, my hips just popped. I would notice a lot on balls like this where it gets left inside. He's approaching from here. He's approaching here. He would like sidestep, and then he would almost be facing the net, like his shoulders would almost be parallel to the net, and then he just wouldn't have that many options available, and it wouldn't turn out great. But this one, look at how far he's turning his hips, opening himself up here. His left foot is coming around so far, and then he has the range to go there, and he also could have gone over here. Like, he has range there, and he makes the decision to go off the hands of TZ, I think is what we agreed on what we're going to call him. I'll look him up after the game. Maybe I'll keep it on stream, I don't know. Or, I guess, I don't know if you could consider this the stream, I guess you could say. But what a serve, man. What a serve by Semeniuk. And, like, even on that serve, you see him bringing around that foot so that he can open up. You know, everyone's got their own arm swing, but I think Semeniuk and everyone just making sure that they're opening themselves up and opening their shoulders to give themselves the option to swing everywhere is just very, very important. Bang. Bang. And you see how Lucer is just, like, constantly loaded and creeping around, looking athletic. Like, if you've played basketball, you're doing defensive slides, you're always in an athletic position. Volleyball loses that sometimes, you know? Like, volleyball loses that sometimes. Like, look at this guy right here. He's just standing straight up. I know he's not doing anything. But, like, whatever. I don't know. That's just me. I'm picky. I'm old school. He just swings down into that one. But you see this little split step here by Lucero. I really like that. It's got to be quick, and with how far his legs are apart, it's a split step that's like not too wide to where it forces him to like not be able to jump super high. Like it's a really nice split step. He's found his athletic thing. And I feel like being relaxed with whatever, like when you're trying to figure out what your posture should look like, you got to stay relaxed, because relaxed is usually explosive. Like you're going to be able to react and do stuff better if you're relaxed and loose. Gosh, man, he's so good. He's so good. Same thing, look at his feet here. Brings that left foot all the way around, opens himself up really well here, and just chops it down the line. See ya. Bang, short serve. Perfect pass. Bang, Bentara. Yeah, and like, let's see. So see how he lands here. See how he gets this ball on his right side, and then like, it's almost like as he's swinging, he's bringing this left shoulder forward a little bit. This one isn't a super exaggerated one, but he's almost bringing that left shoulder forward as he's swinging, and then it turns into a crossbody, and he like opens up and gives himself that line, even though he kind of approached and had to jump to his left, And like, you're going to get into situations, by the way, that's the end of the first set, but you're going to get into situations if you're playing right side where you do get caught with that ball on your left side, okay? And if it's not like a super extreme one where you're completely like this, even if it is, trying to open yourself and just finding a way to maneuver your body in a way to where you are like able to do something athletic. Bang, swing. Wow, that's such a good finish with his arm there. Like that's a great wrist down, thumb down. Like his normal swing, if he didn't go like wrist down like that, it'd probably be about deep corner. But then he's able to just even go further with that range by just going thumb down with it. Really, really nice. Bang. Gosh, man. And he's like, I'm telling you, man, approach in a way that you have range when you're swinging. Like you don't want to force yourself into one swing. The block's going to change, the block's going to move, the ball's going to do unexpected things. Give yourself the best fighting chance, okay? Good defense here. Good little split step. They're pretty relaxed. They're all sitting in on contact. They're all sitting in on contact and balanced on contact. Oof, let's see this. Oof. Yeah, this middle kind of got faked out here. Gianelli gets left alone. Has to get up there. Hey, stuff happens. Hey, like, I don't know. Obviously, a great middle is, like, moving across the net and, like, up there every time. That might be in. Yeah, like, but again, right here, let's see what step he's on. Like, I would rather have this type of Bic where he's at his peak and has options and can make a good decision. Like, trust your hitters enough to where you can be like, okay, we don't need to beat the block for you. Your swing and your decision will beat the block, What's this play called? What's this called, huh? Somebody let me know in the comments, what would you call that play? That's a fake out play. That's all the pros do it these days. They all fake out and like act like the middle's going to set it and then have to dump it. Everybody's doing that these days. I like the choice here. Just a little bit of a missed execution, Same deal, man. Like he's got a double block in front of him. He's got a double block. Honestly, like maybe they're a little bit broken because they're both jumping to their side or whatever, but that's a pretty solid double block. But he's able to beat it because he's at his peak, he's reaching. Maybe he's leaning a little bit. It's not too bad though. But he's up there, and his lean, I feel like his lean was because he wanted to go here and he just wanted to, make it easier to go thumb down. But again, same thing. Trust your hitters enough to where you can say, yeah, you can beat a double block like this if you're at your peak. Maybe you have some guys on your team that can't beat a double block even if they're at their peak because they don't make good decisions or they're 5'2". Okay, I don't know who y'all got. Perry does that all the time. I like it. I've seen him set Bix off of that. Good grab. Oh, that's a good grab. Lucer, just patient, just staying up there, reaching, grabbing it. Really nice. Bang. Yep, all day. Just throwing it down really nice. And you almost want to just be patient if you're trying to do that. Like if you see someone's tipping, you just want to be patient with that. What y'all think? You think this is a carry? I think this is fine. I think it's one motion. I think it's all right. Yeah, that's fine. It's a good dunk too. I don't know. I want to see that one more time. And again, I'm obsessing over this with every hitter, every outside, is just opening yourself up so that you have this available and then you can just do whatever. You can do that quick if the line's open, even if you can't swing through on it because, I don't know, maybe you're too tight to the net, maybe the ball's too far off the net, whatever. Big serves coming here from Semeniuk, man. But, if the line's open, it's so easy to just dunk it or crossbody chop or swing through or quickly make one of those decisions. But you want to, it's hard to be facing the line and then be like, okay, quickly, I want to go to the cross. That's just not how it works, man. That's just not how it works. Unless you're a lefty. Let's see. Big serve, nice pass from Semeniuk. Same deal, dude. Same deal. Let's see what step he's on. It's a pretty quick one. He's on that plant step. But they're still getting him at his peak here and allowing him to make a decision. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, I kind of want to check what our stuff was yesterday. But, hey, stuff happens. Look at how much space Ishikawa is able to cover. He's pretty far in right here. But then because he plants here, plants there, he doesn't, bring this foot back, a negative step. He goes from here, jumps a little bit. He's in the air for a split second because he's trying to cover space, and he's able to get there still. Maybe he's a little late, whatever. That's when you want to just be quicker. Yeah. If he can be quicker from there, then he might get that block, But it's such a small little difference. Such a small little miss. No, you're okay with I'm okay with the move. I'm okay with the move because he got to the right spot. It was just a little late on the press. Yeah. Good cover. We got Semeniuk ripping deep. Semeniuk's looking different this year, dude. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. It's going to be cool. I hope that Ishikawa and Semeniuk play over Ishikawa this year. Ishikawa and Semeniuk play over Plotnitsky this year, sorry. Messed that up. And hey, this is Ishikawa's fault. Yeah, maybe he's not maxing out. Never mind. This was his only option because he's here. He's just hitting the ball. If you're not at your peak, you're just going to have to hit the ball, But anyways, I hope Ishikawa and Semeniuk hold it down. I like Plotnitsky a lot. I like Semeniuk and Ishikawa more. Biased. Good block. Teasy, man. Teasy's getting crazy. Teasy's Good blocker. I don't know where they found this kid. Where is he from? Where would I guess he's from? I'm going to guess that he is from Turkey. I have no idea. Sneaking it underneath Semeniuk's arms there. Press low, brother. Honestly, good for Semeniuk to have that vertical, but still, gotta press low. Oh, that barely missed. That's a really nice serve. And he didn't even hit that with his full power, but he's just able to bait them to scooch over a little bit, and then he just kind of shoots it over. This is one that I get blocked on all the time. It's so annoying because I'm just trying to go deep cross, but I'm just not going deep enough. And you have to just watch the block and try and see the block when something like this is happening, because the blockers are just going to be big. They're going to be big, and they're going to be covering up a ton of space. Yeah. I don't mind this, though. Like, leaving it tight, you're back. You're back. Somebody's setting. It's a good ball. That's why you miss high. I think he got the hands there. I hope he got the hands there. Can't tell. Tough to tell. I don't know. I think he missed, I guess. All right, we're out of system. Real far out of system. Yeah, and another option is to approach and just be like, okay, fine, I'm swinging high cross, don't care. Or you have a good arm swing, but oh gosh, my back! Wow, what a dig! Good grab here. Look at how he's able to just get his whole mitt, like both mitts on the ball there, and then just flip it back. What a dig! I don't know. I think this looks illegal. That looked illegal. Let's see. Doesn't matter because they're running a nice pipe. Yeah, he's drifting there for some reason, but still takes a good rip. That's why you don't block with one hand, silly loose air. All right, we got 14-16. Great serve. Great serve. Oh. Looks like Davi Skiba kind of connected early there with his hands, but no matter what, that's a great serve. And even if he doesn't connect early there, that's just a serve that's fast enough and far enough away from him to where it requires him to make a really good move. Like, even if he is able to, like, jump over and cover that space, it's really far, so he's just, like, fully extended, fully diving away, you know? Ooh, out of bounds. Wow, never mind. Those both were in. This Teasy guy, I like him. He's very good. And then a little reverse float. Or reverse float action at Semeniuk. Yeah, it doesn't work, but wow, what a chase down by Perry, bro. Come on, get there, you little speedy boy. Blast it far. All right, we're back. Let's see what happens. Fighting to keep Teasy on the line. Bang. Great time to run that. Great time to run that. And I like the combo of these two here, because he's approaching in, he's approaching towards the 5. He's approaching here. And if you want to put a good block in front of either of these guys, you're going to have to jump into one of their momentums. Like, you're going to have to either jump in front of Lucer's momentum or his momentum, and they're not the same spot. They're not going to be the same spot. So he dives on him, gets a free ball. Bang. Free point there. Gets a free one. Ooh. Nope. Davi Skiba. Ripski. Nice. Ooh. Yeah. And I like the Bic in transition if the middle is still an option. Love this. Dude, I like this guy. Teasy, man. Teasy's good. Teasy's pretty good. It's a physical dude. It's a good setter. Why do I not know who this guy is? I'll figure that out. I'll look it up after this. I'm annoyed, though. I should know who he is. All right, who did Plotnitsky come in for? Plotnitsky came in for Bentara, and they're not having Ishikawa pass. Interesting. I think he must have missed that. Yeah. Davi Skiba, what a shot! I think Davi Skiba has one of the nicest touches with this type of ball here. I think Engapeth also does, but just gets it like you see. He just gets it on this thumb here, like this little thumb pad. I don't know what you call that, but just there, just that contact puts a ton of spin on it, barely contacts it, and Plotnitsky making 2 errors immediately. He's coming in hot, getting two balls immediately, and then good triple block by Buchegar there. Yeah, man. Ugh, not great start. They're keeping him. They're keeping Plotnitsky because they want him to serve right here. They want the big dog to serve. Plotnitsky. You know, I was talking to one of our setters here in PR, and he kind of hops like Plotnitsky. I think Plotnitsky, maxes out his vertical a lot more than my buddy Roque, but still, I think putting a little hop into that toss just like forces you to put a little higher for you, like forces it to just like finish it off, get it high, make sure you're gonna get at your peak there. I actually really like that about their serves. All right, we're in the third set. Let's see how did it end. Bang! Ooh, good range. But again, like even if that ball is tight, he doesn't have the most options, whatever. He's at his peak and he's able to make a few good decisions, Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. Bang, back. Buchegar coming in. And like something like this where he is here and he's jumping to his left. He's facing, like, you see how far his left foot is, like, out here, And then him swinging line is soft. It scores because it hits Ishikawa's edge there, which if that's the goal, then great. But if the goal is to get it by him, then I don't think he's scoring on that because I think someone's digging him. Even if it's the middle, I actually think the middle probably has that because these middles are good no matter what they're doing. Little roll shot. Roll shot over top. And the pair, told you. Come on. Y'all thought I was lying. Y'all thought I'm capping. Maybe it's not the best connection. I think maybe Dabiskiba hesitated a little bit. But still, not a bad run. Not a bad run at all. And, like, let's just check this ball out right here. This ball misses, like, outside the pin. This ball is probably a full ball past the pin. Who cares? Okay, it's on Bentara's right side. He's still able to be extremely athletic, which is his entire thing. And he's able to go OT, cross, or to a corner, even though he's like, he doesn't have the line available to him. And I take that because missing, like, that's a miss. But the miss to his right shoulder gives him a better chance of scoring than a miss to his left shoulder. So let's see here. A little short serve, middle takes care of it, except he actually puts it over the net. And is that Teasy doing a little sneakiness right here? I don't think he touched it. I think he just messed with him. That's so awesome, dude. I love this kid, this Teasy guy. And then he's doing this. Come on. Oh. Okay, he did get it. Let's go. I like this guy. He must be young because he's fun. He must be a young player because he's just having fun out there, taking care of the moment, having a blast. I'm going to be checking him out soon. Wonder if he played in college or if he's European, where he's played before. Good run. And yeah, again, if that middle is available, you should be going middle pipe, one or the other. If the middle's not an option, you should be going outside or right side. depending on, what's all happening, what's all going down. Yeah, and what I mean is depending on who's playing well, where the blockers are, all the other stuff. But like those are the two most common things, Those are the two primary choices, I'll say. And again, I mean, Lucer's leaving himself inside again, leaving a little bit of a gap, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he really needs to. I feel like he could close that better. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, he's cheating over. It's a perfect pass, and he cheats over because of the middle. But he's still being athletic, taking away the sharp cross, and if it hits him, that thing's gonna be a block. That's for sure. Yeah, just being athletic enough. Come on. Yeah, and like something like this is another reason why Lucer is at the place where he is because he's able to, okay, super quick transition. Let me get myself over here. Let me still take a good approach and take a good swing. Just making yourself an option, even if the play is really fast, the play is really weird, whatever. Make yourself available in some way, shape, or form. Ooh, barely. Almost got him there. Short serve gets him. Let's see where he contacts it. Yeah, again, same thing. Look at how he gets it. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not the best resolution to tell, but it looks like, again, same thing. Dude gets it on his thumb pad, pretty much. Just skips it right there. Ooh, and contacts it a little low there. Semeniuk ripping it, staying high. Look at how he's still reaching on the serve. Bang. Come on. Max out your serve. Max out everything that you do. Hit everything at your peak. Max out all that you can do. Bang. Good swing. Good rip. Swinging deep into the court. And yeah, bounces are fun. And you should go for the bounce if it's right there. If it's truly available. But dude, taking disciplined swings are so much more efficient, man. So much more efficient. Let's see. A little spin serve from Lucer. A little spin to float action that Lucer misses. Oof, we're missing serves here. Third set, missing serves. There's always a little time during the game if somebody does it. That's such a good run again. And Daviskiva kind of starts going short, just takes one step back and then goes. Perry's almost in the way there. And I'd say Daviskiva might be forced there because he's not really at his peak. But because the middle jumped, he's all right. Gosh, that's a good swing, man. I'd say that's the setter's point there. That's the setter's job doing what he just did there. Oh my gosh, what a run. What a run on a three. Bang. Good swing. Look at the arm swing. Yeah. And as a middle, your arm swing almost has to be a little bit more robotic and less smooth and whippy, and you might not be able to hit it as hard as an outside. Like, he's hitting it pretty dang hard here, because he's got a big arm. But look at, it's okay. So it's elbow back, and then from here it's elbow up. Okay, see that? Elbow here, elbow up, and then just almost you see. Let's see who's got the best arm swing. I'm gonna say this guy probably has the best arm swing. So I'll compare it with this, but see how his elbow kind of just goes from here. Let's say it's just a 90-degree angle. Okay, here and then to the top, and then he gets the hit. Bang, nice, good run, whatever. Let's wait until we see number 11 take one here. Come on, Poro, get set. You know what, let's even watch this. Why not? Let's see Buchegger. That right there, yes. See how that's angled down like that? Bang. And he's got way more whip to it. Let's see if there's another good example. Yeah. And that's right there is what creates a ton of like that right there. Same deal. Look at his dang forearm, dude. That's and then it goes there. Like when he has his elbow at his highest point, how far back is your arm? Or how far back and how far down is your arm? Because that's the catapult. That's the catapult. That's creating all the power, all the momentum and whip. Like when I say whippy arm, that's what I'm talking about. Is an arm. Well, let's see. It actually looks like he slowed that down a little bit. Let's not count it. I said we're gonna watch him. We're gonna watch him. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Same deal as the other guys. It looks like, but like that arm's back. You know what I mean? I want to see a real one from him though. And then let's see Gianelli's. Gianelli's not really hitting it that hard, and that's about where his arm is. A little bit past 90, a little bit more whippy than in the middles. But then you see then there's a player. Ooh, then there's a player like Cameron Thorne, who I feel like has a super whippy arm swing, even as a middle. And I think he's very successful as a middle, offensively because of that. But he has to start his arm swing super early, and he has a really low draw arm swing. And so that is why he's like able to kind of whip and create so much power. Who's this guy? Good run. Is it a double sub? No, that's still TZ, right? TZ's number 77 or is no? I thought TZ was number 8. Ahmed Abula, shoot, Ahmed Abulu Baba. Holy crap, Baba. I'm gonna call him Baba. Okay, let's see. Get out of here, fly, a little fruit fly. Davi Skiba chopping it short, messes it up. We're missing lots of serves. Oh my gosh, this isn't fun volleyball to watch. There's too many missed serves. Let's see. Yeah, and there's no separation. His elbow's not even at its highest point. You know what? I gotta do some dang shoulder mobility. Poro, good dive, good press. Because even against a guy like Bentara, where this guy's obviously outsized, like this guy's obviously mismatched against Bentara. Okay, it's not like this guy doesn't jump high, but still, I mean, it's Bentara. He's contacting it at the top of the pin. But he just says, you know what? That's fine. I'm going to press really well so that if you have to bring the ball down because of the set, or if you're just dumb and you bring it down, bang, I'm getting you. Yeah, he should have brought that. He should have stayed higher. He should have swung deeper or sharper. Yeah, and he gets blocked there. Nice. Be a disciplined blocker, even if you're big, even if you're huge. Be disciplined. Oh, wow, he gets a touch there, really? Who touched it? The middle? Oof. Yikers. All right, Ishikawa's back. Oof. Middle steps in, puts up a pretty decent ball there. Yeah. Wow, good for him. That's actually a really nice swing. See, like, he kind of does the Semeniuk approach here where he, like what I was talking about early, where he kind of approaches there, his leg isn't moving around too much, and his shoulders are pretty much almost parallel to the net as he's jumping, and then his opening up isn't as far as it could be, like, you know, the angle right there is like there, you know, whatever. But he's still able to, he just goes thumb down. Instead, he just goes thumb down, and he's relaxed enough to where it's still whippy enough. And look at, gosh darn, man. Like that right there is what I'm talking about. Like, back, that elbow's back. And then when it gets, like, that is really nice. Like, that's really, really nice. Like, that's a nice whip. Because that goes from there. And I assume it probably even goes lower because that's later in it. Yeah, it's a nice swing. Really relaxed, really mobile. Bang. Hello, Baba. Bang. Yeah, arm swings are such an interesting thing, such an interesting science. I wish I'm gonna keep working on my arm swing. It's taken a lot of A lot of messing around with it to try and figure it out, but gosh, what a swing. What a rip. Yeah, so like he keeps himself inside because that ball's coming from real far. Okay, and then he approaches, and because that ball made it, Gianelli stops himself short because that ball's coming from so far. But then, bang, he's able to just rip it down. Yeah, that's in. Yeah, that's in. So many missed serves. Come on, let's figure it out, y'all. Both sides, man. Oh my gosh, Perry, this is fearless volleyball here. Just wow, what a reaction time there. Wow, what a touch. Good ball. Joust or a shot. Holy crap. That's a really nice shot. Yeah. And like maybe he even approached like he was going to rip it off the hands and then just chopped it out. Let's see. Modena is down. Or sorry, Modena's down right now. Perugia's up 22-19. Same deal. He's got a decent double block in front of him. You know, not the best double block. With a pipe, you're usually not going to get the most beautiful double block in front of you. But these guys are covering a decent amount of space, okay? When this is crossing the net, these guys are, a good amount. But he's at his peak, so he can make a decision. Okay, Davi Skiba left early. That's the space I'm going into. I'm swinging here. I'm scoring. And Perry is able to Perry's not able to get anything there because it's just a really good swing. Ooh, out of bounds, I believe. Spin. Yeah. Let's see. Good chop. And he keeps this ball in front of him here. Look at how he's approaching, honestly, from like 8 feet off the net. And then just is able to keep that ball in front of him so that he has that line available to him. Really nice. Libero, putting him out of system, Bentara. And I would say, again, I think I said earlier, if you are approaching with this ball and it's super far on your left and you're jumping really far to your left, continue cross. Go for this guy's hands. If you're not high enough, go for the sharp cross. Go for something. Keep going cross. Don't try and bring a line because you're gonna get messed up. You're gonna get blocked if you try to go line. Because let's go back to this real quick too. His point of contact is well inside the it's well inside the triple block. Like if he tries to chip this down the line, he doesn't have the ability to get it here, Like he's jumping so far, he just doesn't have the ability to get it there. So just continue cross on something like that where let's be honest, you're stuck. You're in a terrible spot. Okay? The only way to you're not going to be able to do everything if you're not in a great spot, Like if you're in a terrible spot, like I said, you're not going to be able to do everything. So just do what the best option is, and the best option is just continue cross, go for hands, maybe go sharp cross if that's available. Really good route. Let's see. Bang, and that's a nice swing. But right here again, same thing, where that middle arm swing is just a little bit quicker, and you're not giving it that time to be whippy. Because you have to just be quick with it. Just quick, bang. Let's see. Still a decent draw, but it's just from here, you just have to be bang, more controlled, more stiff and robotic almost. But it's not fully stiff and robotic, Volleyball's a smooth sport. It's just a different arm swing. It's just different technique, different mechanics in a little bit. And if you get one where it's like a pop route and you have the time to just like Cameron throwing and just rip it to the one, sure, do it, bro. But most of the time you're running a fast enough tempo where you don't really have that time. This is a good one. This is a good example of it. Perfect pass. You're able to be up early. you can take a little whippier arm swing. But there's going to be times when you just have to stiffen up your arm swing a little bit and kind of, wow, yeah, Davi Skiba just not passing great. And I think he's just connecting early and then bringing it out, and then he just has it skip off his arms because he's got so much momentum that way. He's, not able to just keep the angle, Gosh, missed serves are frustrating. Let's see what Teasy does here. Teasy ripping it back to Buchegar. Buchegar getting dug. I don't know. Am I pronouncing all these right? Wow, this is getting freaky. Semeniuk going for the hands, trying to get a reuse. And we're playing ball. Yep. Good choice. Perry's so free, dude. Perry's so free. He's so quick. He's so reactive, just very light on his toes. I like him. I like him as a libero. I think he's a good example of someone who is just like quick on their feet and stuff. Let's see. Could he have scored here? Good for Gianelli to be up there. He probably just read the setter's mind because, setters can read each other's minds. Bentara getting it off the hands again. Why are they going crazy like that? Why were they going so crazy? I wonder. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's just because Bentara got the kill. But Bentara's way more hyped than usual. I don't know. I mean, was there a call in the point where something should have happened? Let's watch this whole play one more time. Okay, chases it down. Gianelli's on his butt there. Has to chase it back, get back, find a way, takes a swing. Is there one where they're like complaining or something, or was it because he found a way to get it? I don't know what's happening, but they're hyped. Who cares? We're on to the next. It was a good point. I don't know. They celebrated more than I expected there. Davi Skiba. I feel like Davi Skiba should be getting more kills than he is, but I don't know. He's kind of like me. He's kind of like me, bro. Just vibing. I don't know. I feel like I have a similar style of Davi Skiba. Do I? I don't know. Maybe I just wish I did. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's hard to judge yourself. It's hard to see who you actually are, without being rude to yourself. Just slow. It's such an interesting thing, the split steps. Like, it's a good split step, but then he's like slow to the ball because the ball's traveling to him. Like, he's patient. That's what I kind of mean, is he's just patient with it, holds the angle. Bang. Nice. This is a nice one. And Davi Skiba is also patient on his route here, and then just goes and jumps quick. Bang. Gets one. Nice. And I like that Ishikawa didn't give up on the play. I like that. Semeniuk's going to get one out of system here. And look, like, it's the same type of thing that I was talking about, is like he just finds a way to force himself to open up more so that this can become available, And like, yeah, it's maybe just a paddle, it's just kind of like a roll shot almost, but still just finding a way to at least make that available to him. Ishikawa, yes, sir, please, and thank you, big dog. Off of a two-step approach, taking a serious rip there. Wow, what's happening here? This is getting messy. This game's getting scrappy. It's getting a little bit sloppy, but it's kind of fun. Good block. Good finish. And I'd say this is one where it's like it's well out of system. It's going to be a double block. You're going to be able to get yourself there early. You can finish hard on it like that. Like, you can just finish. You can go up, and then look at how both of them just go right as that ball's about to hit. Bang. You can finish really hard like that. Like, look at that. One more. Because you're going to be solid on it. And that ball, what did it do? Go down, hit this buddy right here on the head. Really nice. Out of bounds. Let's see. Davi Skiba, let's see what you do, bud. Yes, good rip. Keep it in front of you. Same deal. Keep it in front of you. Let yourself rip. Nice. Good swing. Bang. Bang, bang, bang. Let's see his arm swing here. Good. This is fine. This is great. Honestly, if I was creating a middle, I would tell him to do something like this, Just have to start it early. Like, you have to be up early, and right as you're jumping, like, you're not swinging both arms up. As a middle, it's just different. You're not swinging both arms up. You have to start your arm swing earlier, so you're jumping here and then starting your arm swing immediately. And look at that. Look at how early he is starting his arm swing. I'd say pins, I don't think they do. Like, he's able to just swing a little higher here and then start his arm swing. Gets another overpass here. Bang to the middle. Ooh, gets him out. Yeah, but then if it's just a little too high, it's hard to get on top of that. He just missed it. It was just a little bit high, and he just kind of scraped it off of his fingers there, it looked like. Nice. Buchegar getting a nice kill there. Getting a nice one. Just staying high, taking it to the corner. That's real nice stuff. Bentara, OT. 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 Yeah, look at how far, you can't even see it because it's pretty much the same. That's the angle of an arm swing. That's beautiful, dude. And then look at how fast it just goes from there to there. I don't know how he doesn't need elbow surgery, bro. Honestly. That's crazy. But it's just it's whipped, it's relaxed, it's impressive, dude. That's a great arm swing. Honestly, Bentara. I didn't realize Bentara had that great of an arm swing. I want to see it one more time. Set him again, please. Ooh, Ishikawa. Just missing that out a little bit. It gets a little too fast on him, and he misses it to the line there. Oh, that would have been nice. That would have been a nice take. It was the right decision. It's just he messed up the execution. That's all it was. Recognize, decide, execute is the order of operations that I always was taught. Nice swing. Another great choice. That time he executes it. Stays high. Takes in a good rip. Let's see. We got 13-9. Davi Skiba taking that ball. Good swing. I like this, man. Good ball. Good ball. And same deal. I love how he's just turning himself there, making it really easy to hit the window and focusing on just putting up a good ball there. And then letting Davi Skiba go rip it. Really nice. Let's see. Good. Good pass. Ishikawa's on the ground. Who cares, bro? We got the middle option now. Okay? That's a great teammate. That's a great teammate right there. Is someone who's willing to sacrifice himself for the group. Pass first mindset. Okay? Great job. Ooh, yeah. Dude, honestly, he's getting red. He's getting red by these guys. He's gotten red multiple times now, where he either dunks it into Gianelli and Gianelli just keeps it alive somehow. Wow, come on. Perry's just reading the game, dude. But every time, look at this split step here. Look at that. It's an interesting, I don't know. I would just call it a prep step. A split step is kind of a different word. But he just hops into it and stays on his toes. Yeah, I'll show you that because that's him trying to push off and stuff. That's such a good read. Just reading the game. Wow, what a dig. Perry's one of the best in the world right now, in my opinion. I don't know where he's from. I think, was it Argentina? No, I don't know. Perry, where are you from? I'm gonna look up the whole Modena team after this because these guys are pretty good. Bang, good serve right into the seam. And it's tough. Like, you have to be really aggressive. When this serve is coming from here, okay? The serve's coming from here. It's not going to cut much, okay? It doesn't cut much. So this guy right here has to be really aggressive into this seam because it's not going to cut to you as much. Like, this guy right here can, like, be a little bit more patient in the seam. Let's see it. This libero here can be a little bit more patient in the seam because the ball's going to cut to him. You know, and it's kind of just easier to be like, yeah, okay, this ball's definitely mine. But you got to just be ready to go into that seam. And then he gets faked out there. You see just a little jump to the right. Bang. Sorry, well, his left. Good serves here. It was a good run. Let's see. Ooh, a little bit of a lazy move here. Connects early. Both of these guys are just connecting early with their platforms, and then it's just messing them up. Over the top. Bang. Come on. Same deal, dude. Let these guys reach. I want to make sure I work with the pipe here in this next week. Because, man, look at that. Man, look at that. That is beautiful. Get the man at his peak. Let him make a decision. These guys are athletes, man. And I don't know if you guys that watch these videos, I don't know if you guys are college players or high school players or whatever. I don't know what kind of athletes you're playing with. I don't know what kind of athletes you guys are. But try to be as athletic as you can and try to help your teammates be as athletic as they can. You know, I love that he is willing to take this ball and set it on the pipe in a scenario like this because it just forces him to stay. It forces Bentara to stay a little bit, and then when he decides to go to the pins, it frees up a little bit of space for them somehow, like on their lines by moving the pins inside. Like, same deal here. Like, it opens up and makes it more of something like this. Look at how he just waits. He waits for that ball to get to him and presses it right outside of him. Gosh, that's beautiful, man. Yeah, that ain't no carry. Get out of here. Get out of here. Davi Skiba, what you doing? Bang. These guys are ripping serves right now. Plotnitsky. Ripping it off the hands. That's a really nice swing. All right, we got 17-15. Great move by Perry. He's so, like, interesting because he's here. I don't know what he's doing, but he's here and then split step and then go. And just makes a great angle into it. And look at, like, he has to push off a lot. Like, he has to be able to push off and get himself where he needs to be. And then he just creates whatever angle he has to. It's good stuff. Floater, a little hybrid from Russo, one of the Italian middles, plays for the national team. Yeah, and even with passing, be patient and then be fast, you know. Be patient, be fast, and make the right move. Be fast if you have to be, I guess, you know. You can be slow if you need to be slow, but do what you got to do. Ooh, it's up, it's up, it's up. And this is why I'm okay with a blocker reaching back. But if a blocker reaches back, make sure it's high. You know, try and put it high. Give your team time. I don't mind it. Bentara's just up there because Bentara's an aggressive little poacher. Okay, let's see. Bentara getting one. Super high ball. Super out of system. Puts it tight. Goes for the nice. Wow. I like this kid, man. Gets it at his peak. Don't wait for that ball to drop. Go get it at his peak. Takes a rip. Ball's still up, but it's a good job getting them out of system when you're out of system. And if you're even like, if you're going against a triple block, and you're even able to just, good swing off the hands there, but if you're even able to just like be like, okay, I'm gonna be as aggressive as I can without making an error, and that puts them out of system. If you're able to put a team out of system when you're taking an out of system swing, that's great. That's great, man. This should get dug. This is soft enough where it should get dug. And if I'm in the 5 spot here and I know someone is turning this much, like look at how he's here. He's facing the deep cross here. And to turn it further to his right, he does exactly that. He goes just a little 80% shot down the line. That should get dug. I'm not scared in that 5 spot. If I'm in the 5 spot, I'm not scared of that, So I'm just ready to go with my hands. Good swing, dude. Yeah, fast arm swing. Like you can't. I mean, middles with the really fast tempo, and the positions that middles get put into, they don't have the luxury to get themselves in the best position always. Like outsides, especially out of system, we're able to put our body in whatever way that we want and do whatever. But with the middles, you're already in the air when you have to make those decisions. So it's whatever. And missed serves killed everybody. And yeah. But hey, it was a good game. Thanks for watching, guys.